very gentle. Normally we have a fifth about 70 to 80 beats per minute for the heart rate, about 15 for the respiratory rate. But when we sit in meditation, depend on how fast or how deep you're in that. The heart rate will maybe go down to 65, 70. The respiratory rate about 12 or 10. You can bring down to 8. You can bring down to 5. You can bring down to 2. Even a 1 minute for one breathing. And then also, you know, and I told you some yogi, they can be buried under the ground for weeks or for months. That means they're not dying. It's just because their breathing rate it be extended now. Instead, we breathe 10 times per minute. Now they breathe one breath in 10 days or in 30 days. And in China, about 13th century, they discovered one Zen master. They lived in a tree, a big tree, 800 years. And in the Buddha time, many people have doing that. And even though right now, you know, Mahakastala, he still, according to the Buddha teaching, he still meditate in the mountain in the South India. So that means almost more than 2,500 years. That means they can extend the breathing rate out long, but not that means okay they terminate their life yet. So we know we can do that. The slower the heart rate, the slower the breathing rate, the longer the lifespan. And then whenever we have a thought arise, it will interfere that. You see, we get back to the normal right way because we depend on that. We be attached to the environment. But if we can concentrate slowly, our breathing rate, it will slow down, and become very, very soft, very, very gentle. To a point, you see it will go up to the tip of your nose and in front of your eyebrow. That's what we call the third eye. Right? See? And when we can concentrate that, you will see the color of the bright color because all of the energy it will concentrate at one point. It looks like when you have a coils of on the wire, you wrap around a coil of metal. Okay, when you have electricity go through, okay, generate electromagnetic field, right? And if we concentrate enough, we will see the color coming out. Or even though the same mechanism for the neon, right? We have the wire coming out, and then we have the gas in there. So when the current goes through that and boom, it creates a wave, and it concentrates on our energy and the light coming out. So depends on the gas we use in that. It will have the yellow color, the white color, the purple color, or the orange color. So when all the energy concentrates in that, okay, it will come out the light in the third eye here. And at that time, we open the gate. And remember, we are the tiny universe. Our energy always lower than the energy from the big universe. So the energy will flow in naturally and fill up all our channel. And our body, we have a man, at where I learned, we have a many different body, the physical one, and this one kind of like a lymphatic system. It goes throughout the body, and it's just the empty channel, and all the energy will flow through that. Whenever we have an unbalanced, unblocked, okay, it will block that area, and we have a painful experience. That means the energy blocked right there. So if we not relax to open that, to let the energy flow in, to clear the obstruction, and then we get sick, we get pain, etc. But if when we let all of the channel open by acupressure, by meditation, by yoga, okay, it will help to open all that channel, and the universal energy will come in to clear all the obstruction area. You see the red area, that is the obstruction area. The energy will flow in to clear it up. If we stay in the stillness, it will flow in evenly and it will clear up. But if we have a mental formation, that means the illusion thought arise, and it will interfere that flow in of energy, and it blocks right away. Then so with the assistance of the meditation technique, correctly relaxation, we will have the energy from the universe coming to reboot, to clear all the obstruction and rejuvenate our energy, all of the self. And the reason why I told you that, okay, the correlation between every single organ to a molecule always have the angle, right? Like the water in our body, it has one oxygen and two hydrogen. It makes angle. So from one molecule to the other molecule, okay, combine together, and it makes most of that the angle. So the same thing for our universe. It's constructed about the same pathway. So that way, if we know how to use the structure of that, it will collect the energy. So we have two good ways to collect the energy. That's one, the pyramid. Secondly, in the dome. That way, you see most of the church, most of the Capitol Hill, all the city hall, most of the religion building, they build the main hall with the dome on that. And the same mechanism we apply for the disk, for the satellite. That is the way it connects and it collects all of the universal energy, and it makes it more concentrated. And look at the way, not only the building, the material, the physical work, etc. The way we set up in meditation will help. You see that, right? So even though from one person to the other person, it makes a triangle. Combined together, it becomes the cubic, the hexagon, or whatever. But it always has to follow a triangle. Inside of that, a circle. Outside of that, we can make another circle. So the energy always flowing in that orbit. When we compare, when we arrange between the inner circle and the outer circle, still it makes a triangle. See? And again, the inner circle, the outer circle, still make it that. So this is the way we get into the intersection of all of the energy flowing. So you have a high peak of that. So it will support our energy from the universal energy. It not only helps from the building, it helps from the arrangement inside that. And with the practice, with the assistance of all of that, the pressure, the energy will arrive. And we didn't have enough time to show you the structure of our pineal gland. And I told you it's very, very important, and that is the stargate. That is the control gate to let connect between this reality and the non-physical reality, between the daylight and the dream life, between this life and the past life or the future life. The mechanism is very simple. It's very simple because the structure of our pineal gland it constitutes of many crystal forms, like a piece of a crystal in the angle, like a very tiny pyramid. But many of that combined together, and it's just the fluid flow between them. So, in the old time, we used one like a stone. It has a capacity to spark out. But now we don't use that anymore. We use a crystal in here, right? We have a tiny bit piece of crystal with the compression. See, with the force of the compression, okay, it makes the light coming out, and with that light, with that energy, it hits the gas and the flame coming out, right? So when we cross our leg, when we want to preserve energy, when we want to compress all that energy up, we convert all the universal energy into this machine to pull it up and then click. The pineal gland get involved, and that's why we see the color. We feel the very light state, the floating in the air, because of this mechanism get involved. The air, we keep it lighter than the material, and then the pressure, it will click on the crystal form in the pineal gland and make it coming out the light. You see the pineal gland in the back, and it rests in the front, that means the third eye coming out. When the pressure put it up strong enough, like lighter. So that's why the color coming out, and it depends on how strong the pressure you compress. It will come out 5 color or 7 color, or sometimes okay it have only white color, right? And you remember the light is the white color, but it goes through the lens and okay, it's split out into 7, actually into many different colors. But because our eye can receive only 7 colors, but the other animal can see more than that. Or when we have a problem with our eye, we can see less than that, right? But it's split on many different colors. So, and then when we get to that state, we connect to the universe. That's why you see in the dreaming state, or when we have a near-death experience, or when we are in the surgery with the very deep coma, most people when they come back to this world, okay, they will report that, okay, they have a feeling that go through the tunnel, right? Why is that? Because all the energy in here we draw out, and it's moving in a circle like a tunnel, get out of the hole in our head, top of our head. And that is the same pattern of the whole planet in the universe moving. And when we connect to that, all of the seven chakra, okay, it open and it connects because we are the tiny universe. We have to connect to the big universe, and all of the color will represent for seven chakra, and we completely merge with the Mother Earth, or the whole universe. And that's why we can see, even though far away at the very near in front of your nose, because we are now in the same at the universe, not distinguished, not separate. We are one identity. We are in the one world. And all the religion, master, everyone just the manifestation of different angles, but it's the same origin, the same frequency, the same image. That's what it represents for. And if we keep practice like that way, we can help, we can travel, even though sometimes we still have the physical form. Even though it's better when we get out the physical form completely. So that's why when we are in the dreaming state, in the hypnotic state, say people can travel. This have one story very interesting. Back around the World War II, this have one gentleman. He fall in love with the princess of the other country. Actually, he is a prince, and he fall in love with princess from the other country, and they engaged. And then after that, she had something make her upset, and then she went home. And this guy gets so upset, so sad. So he went to the doctor and asked the doctor to help him. He said, okay, no way I can help you because this is something with your mind. But and then he had the hypnotic therapy. So he asked the guy, okay, I can help you to relax. Hopefully, okay, if you can connect, you can go to find him. And okay, go ahead, try. And when he let him in the relaxation state with the trance of hypnotic, and he have experience out of the body, and he traveled. But because he never come to her country, so he don't know. But he know, for example, that the Australia, right? He say, okay, go to the Australia, to the Melbourne. Okay, you go to the capital of Melbourne. Okay, you can find her. Okay, so he traveled. He traveled to that. It's because the mind, the signal from the mind of the doctor to guide that gentleman, okay, to travel. So when he traveled to that, oh, but I don't know where she lives. Okay, you know her face. Okay, so just go find her. Okay, you can travel from England to Melbourne, but now you cannot find her in the Melbourne. Go ahead, and okay, he can find to her house, access to her building. And then I know she lives in here already, but how can I get into her room? You can travel that far, you can get through all the gates, and how can you cannot get through her door? Go ahead. And when he get into her room, and he's so excited, like shaking, and the doctor know already, so he saw her. So the doctor calmed him down by put his hand on the patient's forehead, calm him down, and then say, okay, tell me, report to me, okay, what her room looked like. And that gentleman, okay, tell him, okay, and the doctor draw rapidly the picture of her room with decoration on the arrangement on the furniture. And then, okay, now go look see what she's doing. And that lady sitting on the bed, right now the letter, apologize for her behavior. This gentleman so happy, So again, it's so exciting. And then the doctor, no, what happened? What happened? She writing a letter for me. And now the doctor asked him, okay, stay behind her, read it for me. And he read, and the doctor write out by his own handwriting on a piece of paper. And then after he finished reading, the doctor already wrote down, okay, and everything going good. So the doctor helped him to exit, let me come back to the normal. All the conversation we recorded. So, and after the patient gets back to the normal, the doctor tell him again all the story during that. And then he said, okay, I had a letter, but I don't want you to see it now. Okay, I keep in the envelope and seal it. Okay, so going home, happy, okay, you will have a happy day in a few days. And when he got home, 2 days later, he got a facsimile. Okay, when he opened it out, and he told the doctor, I got her letter. Okay, and then he bring that letter, and then the doctor opened it, asked him to open the seal envelope and compare two letters together. 99%, he said, one from her handwriting, one from the doctor's handwriting. And you know, after that, that event started to spread out in the medical field. And one doctor, I think from England, he know that. And he started to investigate and study that. And then he know this is true. He developed that one, and he tried many patients, and because he has skill, so he developed that skill, and then okay, he tested on many patients, and he showed it very powerful. So he came to America, introduced that to the top secret, the CIA. Nobody believed that. The reason he didn't tell that because this is a national security issue. It's not the healthcare issue anymore. This is national security. If someone can do that, all the secret information will be leaked out. Nobody believes that. He said, okay, if you not believe, okay, you have to support for me. That means, okay, you have the paperwork, allow me to do that for one of your secretary. Alright? On the big boss in the White House and in the Pentagon and in the CIA, okay, they have all that paperwork, allow him to do so. So he hypnotized one of the secretary, and after only 2 hours, he took out all the information, the secret information. From that, okay, they have the program for training for the CIA agency and for the defense system. And that's why you see nowadays, if you follow the news recently in China, you know what happened, right? A lot of people, they under suppression, and they have a lot of problems with the food, with the drink, with all the medication. The Chinese people not only to kill their own population, they try to spread out for the whole world. And then people under the stress, too many sickness, too many terrible things. And then also the communist government try to suppress them. So the only way to anti all that one, or to protect themselves, I mean to practice meditation for cure the disease and for all the mental problems. But and then, you know, the history of meditation is start from where? From Asia, from India, from Greek, from China. So they know so well all this one already. So now, you know, if only few people doing that, they may control it. But with a lot number of people doing that, what happens if they have all that power? Nobody can control, so all the secret information, all the defense system will fail. Because the normal wavelength of the electron, it does what to create what we call electromagnetic field. It be limited by the time and space and the object. That means, okay, it cannot travel at the same time with the speed of light. It cannot go through the thick wood or the metal. You see? But our mind can produce a signal. It travels faster than the speed of light. It can go through everything except only the placenta and the Buddha throne. When you get there, get stuck there, cannot pass it through.
The Buddha?
The Buddha throne, the Buddha chair, the place where the Buddha sits for meditation and enlightenment. They call it the power and the energy too concentrated, too powerful, so nobody can pass through. So that's why if many people can be successful in that one, the government cannot control them. So that's why they spread people and they kill a lot of people when they practice meditation. Because they know so well in the history of thousands of years, they already used that. And in the old time, every king, they have one Zen master, have that power, so they can be the advisor for the king. So when the king have that good advisor, they're very successful in the government the country. So now they know that if more and more people, and again, more people are aware, more people are, they send out a signal, the signal will synchronize in the universe, and it will support for each other, and they will turn over the political realm. So that's why they're scared. Let you know that because we have many different ways to practice to help our life in the present time and help a lot of people. We don't want to get involved in political, but be careful. Hopefully in this open country, they not spread that. Because we don't do to the level like in China. People have 100 or 1,000 people sitting together. And because the government, they know in the history, they already used that already. They already used that, so that's why they scared that. But that's why you know the power of our mind. It's very, very powerful. And
maybe that's why the Chinese are always suppressing religion.
Yeah, lately.
You know that feng shui stuff, it sounded just good, but they put them in prison for that, don't they?
Yeah. And especially for meditation, they know it has a very, very advanced. And if you track back to the time of the Cold War between the Soviet Union and America, the American soldier can win the World War II with the Japanese because they use the dialect people from a very rare tribe in Arizona. So no one can decode that. Okay? And now, during the Cold War, the Soviet Union, they know this technique. So they train people from the monk from Tibet, help them. And with the vast area in the highland in Russia, they have a very high concentration of energy. So they train people, send out a signal to the mind. Nobody can decode that except you are the Zen master. Except you are in the very well training, you can capture that signal. Otherwise, no other machine can detect that. And the very special thing that it can change all the time. If you capture the signal of a frequency, for example, you want to open the channel from Australia, you turn on exactly that channel. Okay, you can have a picture, you can have an image, you have a sound, right? So it's stable right there. But for our method, it changes. Depend on the angle, depend on the mental status, depend on the condition. It will change all the time, change the signal, change the frequency. That's why using only 2 or 3 people can get together at high level. At the low level, you can have many people at the high level, only 2 or 3. That's why in the old time, when you read about the Zen story in Asia, they say the Zen master can transfer information directly to one student only, not too many. what we call tâm truyền tâm, that means mind to mind directly. It looks like you can stand, okay, boom, only one directly mind to mind, not to the intermediate. So that you see the how benefit of that. And the last thing I want to share with you a little bit. This one, okay, it's not a big problem in the developed country, but it usually happens for some countries, not in India. In India, after someone died, okay, they wrap it and they bring to the bend of the river and we burn it, right? In Thailand, okay, they chop the piece and the dead person out and they throw it out there for the birds, okay, to eat. But in some other country, weeping, crying, sorry, okay, so all that, it will become bad energy. Because after we get out of the body, all the energy from the physical, it converts into the invisible form of energy. So it's still surrounding, it still stay around. But if I'm relative, just keep mourning, crying, and all of the bad energy be sending out. So the law of extraction come in. So it holds the soul of our relative back. They cannot travel, they cannot go. So, and then also people not learn how to let go during the lifetime. We attach to this, we attach to that. We think it is the real one, so we attach that. So especially for people in an accident, they never believe they die. They're not prepared for that. So when they die, they be attached to the side of that. Or they be attached to the body that way. They have many people, okay, even though for 1,000 years, the energy still remains in that side, what we call God. But actually it's not. It's just the energy we attach to that, it's not let go. So it will slow down the process of evolution, of development, of living up the spiritual life when we be attached to any physical world. So that's why if we learn from now how to let go, how to practice equanimity, how to practice detachment, okay, we will get easier at the final stage of our life, and also it live up our spiritual life easier. So this portion of the clip just let us know that when we travel in the energy in the universe, again, it has a certain frequency depend on our continual energy build up and depend on the last day of dying. It will roar out and it has a certain frequency, and again, look like we explained this morning, depend on the state of mother and father, how they prepare, and the energy will compatible, get into the conception. And if we know that, we can modify, we can manipulate during the pregnancy time or afterward. But if we don't know, it just follow the same pattern. And we get trapped in that from one lifestyle to the other lifestyle. So that is in general like that. Alright? So that's enough for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I love this.